I'm trying to use my phone for that Wi-Fi, and but I'm having to run 2 computers off of it. So we'll see what happens.
That's just some of the things we have to go through, just especially in Cheney.
That bunt is laid down and hits right towards first baseman. The first baseman, Sims, picks it up, and he tags Nolan Riley. So it'll be a sacrifice by Nolan Riley, and going to the second base will be Jack Sigris.
And I think Riley, he's doing a great job in the 2-hole since Coach Clark inserted him there. He's hits behind runners. He can bunt. He doesn't strike out a lot. I mean, he's really done a good job for the Rebels.
That's going to bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Riley, as Sigris is now on at second base with 1 down. That pitch there by Schumann, is called strike 1. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike now to Riley. Correction to Lincoln Andrews. Ball is fouled off by Andrews.
Yeah, he just let it get a little too deep right there. Like I said, Andrews, he's definitely one of the candidates for that Carl Hodges MVP award that we'll have at the end of the year.
Lincoln Andrews, a 6'4", 215-pounder. That one into the ground. You keeping track of balls and strikes, aren't you?
Yeah. 1, 2.
2 balls?
2 strikes.
2 strikes, okay. 1 ball, 2 strikes looks like now. That one fouled off by Andrews. Andrews comes in batting .356 for the Newton Rebels.
Just got like I said, I like to watch how catchers set up and how they're going to pitch to Lincoln Andrews.
So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes with Sigris on at second base and 1 down. Here's Schumann's pitch. That one lifted into left center field. The left fielder, Scott, heads back, and it is caught there by the center fielder, Jace Grady. No advancement by Sigris, and now we have 2 down.
Again, that's 2 strike hitting. He put the ball in play. He gave it a good ride, except it's a pretty good sized ballpark, especially basically a high school team plays here.
It's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 17, Enzo, the Boom Bonventry. 6', 210-pounders out of Detroit, Michigan. Like to say hi to the Bonventries in Michigan.
6', 210. He's pretty solid. He's built pretty solid. He works hard.
Comes in with a .313 batting average. He's appeared in 22 ball games. A breaking ball in there for call strike.
Again, what we've been seeing all summer is breaking balls thrown at Enzo.
So the count goes to no balls, 2 strikes now to Bonventry, as we have 2 down here in the top half of the first inning. Once again, we welcome you. Swing and a miss there by Bonventry as he goes down for the 3rd out. That is the first strikeout recorded by Derek Schumann. The top half of the first inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. At the end of 1/2 inning play, it is the Rebels 0 and the Diamond Dogs coming to bat. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Leading off for the Diamond Dogs will be the third baseman, number 7, Kyler Castillo. Defensively for the Rebels, first base, we have Andrews, second baseman, number 3, Ross, shortstop, number 2, Sigris. Third base will be number 55, Riley. Left fielder, number 1, Brotman. Center fielder, number 14, Kassane. And here's Hockett's first pitch, missing outside for ball 1. Kassane at center field. Right fielder is Garza. Catching number 15, Uchi. And pitching number 30, Ricky Hockett. That one lifted into center field. The center fielder, Sam Kassane, gets under it, makes the catch for out number 1.
That's one thing about Ricky. His last outing against Sluggers, he was getting the ball up, and they pounded the ball. They scored quite a few runs off him, had quite a few hits. So with Hawk, it's going to be keep that ball down. He's got some good stuff and get a good start.
It's going to bring up the center fielder, number 15, Jace Grady. And the ball hit into left field. Left fielder Andrew Brotman backing up, now moving forward, making the catch for out number 2. So an F7 now in the books for the second out. And only 3 pitches now by Ricky Hockett. It's going to bring up the shortstop, number 2, George Specht.
Now by the shortstop, number 2, George Specht.
George Specht from Shawnee, Kansas, plays at Dallas Baptist. They have a good connection going with Dallas Baptist University, and 6'4", 240. Or 6 foot, 185, sorry.
That one missing outside for ball 1.
So he does not look 6'4". So yeah, he is 6 foot, 185.
That one hit to the second baseman. Ross comes across, goes to first for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Ricky Hockett. And the bottom half of the first inning for the Dogs. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 1, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the top half of the second inning for the Newton Rebels. Leading off will be the second baseman, number 3, Lachlan Ross.
Now by the second baseman, number 3, Lachlan Ross.
So Ross coming up to the plate here as we start the second inning. No score so far. Ross is a 6', 195-pounder from Colby College. And his hometown, Sydney, Australia.
And he was having a great season in the spring, hitting .410 for Colby before everything got shut down.
Count is 2 balls, no strikes. That one missing low for ball 3. 3-0 now the count. Ross comes in batting .311. He's appeared in 20 ball games. Has 19 hits at 61 at bat. That one missing high for ball 4. So Ross now takes his base, and the Newton Rebels have put the first 2 runners on in the top half of each inning. It's going to bring up the left fielder, number 1, Andrew Brotman.
That's a good. So that's a good sign to get that leadoff guy on, because that's one of the things that Coach Clark's been telling me we got to do a better job at that.
So Ross is on at first base with no out here in the top half of the second inning, as we have no score. That one missing high for ball 1.
5 straight.
Yep. Once again, that 00 Derek Schumann is normally, you say, a relief pitcher, and he's coming in starting here tonight. And he has only gone 3 innings in one game, and the rest of the time he's gone about 1 inning. That one missing high for ball 2. He's got a pretty good pop on that fastball, but just not being able to locate the home plate right now. So the count is 2 balls, no strikes now to Andrew Brotman here in the top half of the second.
And so Brotman's being smart, make sure don't help him out right here.
That one missing. They're called strike 1 as that hits the outside corner. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike now to Andrew Brotman.
And one thing yesterday in last night's game, Coach Clark was very aggressive with the base running, and hopefully, he keeps that going. I like to see that.
And here's Schumann's pitch. A swing and a miss there by Brotman, and that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Brotman knew right there he swung at a high one. That's probably a ball, but he's like I said, he's an aggressive guy, Frank. I mean, that's one thing you and I were talking about. We like the aggressiveness, just got to control it.
So Lachlan Ross on at first base, and here's the 2-2 pitch. That one fouled to the third base side. It's going to go foul, and the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes to Andrew Brotman, who's playing left field here tonight.
Well, he did. He played in the outfield with New Orleans and first base. I mean, he's just a good athlete. He has played third base, shortstop. I mean, I think you can put him at catcher. He could probably play that. He's just a very good athlete.
So 2-2 now the count to Brotman. As Ross is on at first base with no out here in the top half of the second inning with no score. If you're just now joining us, that one fouled off by Brotman. So the count stays the same. Hibiki Uchi is on deck, followed by Garza if we get that far, here in the top half of the second inning. And we appreciate you holding the umbrella.
It's not team player, Frank.
Well, we had one of those tents like they got next doors. That ball hit into center field. That may fall in. Coming in is the center fielder. Not going to be able to get there in time. And holding up at first, in between first and second was Ross, and he kind of was in dead man's land because he didn't know whether to go or not, whether the umpire was going to call him out or call him safe. And he finally did call him safe that the ball fell in. So Brotman gets a base hit.
And Ross played it right. I mean, that's all you can do. So it's
you definitely don't want to get doubled up.
No.
So we go to 8 for the first out, and it's going to bring up the catcher number 15, Hibiki Uchi, who's catching this evening for the Rebels. That one lifted foul.
Uchi 5'6", 170. A freshman, he was at Skagit Valley College.
That foul ball is sponsored by Design Benefits. Please turn off foul balls to the scores table to receive 50 cents.
That one also fouled off.
He's going to be swinging anything close like it. We talk about all the time about battle mode with 2 strikes, and he's one of those guys that definitely buys into battle mode. He'll battle you. I enjoy watching him, Frank. He's a competitor.
He comes in batting .378. They throw over to first base, and in safely is Brotman, as he's appeared in 14 ball games, has been up to bat 37 times and has 14 hits. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now. That one just hitting the outside corner, and Uchi goes down looking for out number 2. That will bring up the right fielder number 9, Eric Garza.
And Uchi again, 2 strikes, get on the plate and swinging anything close. I know that's one of your pet peeves there, Frank.
Yeah, that one was outside corner there, so but you still got to protect that plate. Breaking ball lifted high for ball 1, so the count is 1 ball, no strikes.
So I'll ask the hitter, I say, how far was it? Oh, it was about 1 or 2 inches out or something. And I go, well, you need to be swinging.
Well, when you got 2 strikes, you just got to protect anything close. That one missing high for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. A lot of pitches here in this inning by Derek Schumann.
Yeah, I think the Rebels are doing a good job right there. And I mean, Garza right there, if you look about the first of the year, he was swinging the first pitch every time, it seemed like. Now he's, getting more.
About 80% of the players were doing that.
Yeah.
That one missing for ball 3. 3-0 now the count to Eric Garza. Brotman on at first base with 2 down here in the top half of the second inning. And no score yet here in the ball game. Once again, if you're just now joining us, that one in there for call strike 1 right down the middle. So the count will go to 3 balls and 1 strike. Don't forget to tell your friends and family to come out and support the Newton Rebels. To go to YouTube, punch in Newton KS Rebels, and join us. That one also calls strike on the outside corner to throw down to first base. In safely is Andrew Brotman, as Davis Sims never even attempted to make a tag there. He was there safely. So full count now, 3-2. There goes the runner. That one into the ground. So that's going to be ball 4. Nice job there by Eric Garza. He will take his base and go to first base. Andrew Brotman will now move to second base, and that will bring up the center fielder, number 14, Sam Cassane.
And the one thing about a walk right there, you have a guy in first base, you get a walk, you work a walk. Guess what? The guy on first goes to second. He's in scoring position.
And here is Schumann's pitch. That first pitch is lifted foul and going to get out of play. We're going to thank some sponsors because we won't be able to do it in between innings because of all the music. So we got Miller Insurance Agency, American Family Insurance, Duty Work, Conrad Insurance Group, Boston Insurance, Pouch Enterprise, Realty Connection Store and Stuff and U-Haul, Roofing Services Unlimited, and here's the pitch. That one lifted into right center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Rounding second base is Garza, and coming in to score is Brotman from second base.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I guess that went off the fence. I thought, no, it wasn't in the dugout.
So 1 run will score. And in safely for the base hit is Cassane and an RBI.
Now batting the shortstop, number 2, Jack Sechrist.
Garza ends up at third base, and Cassane ends up at second base on the throw as the ball was thrown into third base. That will bring up the shortstop, number 2, Jack Sechrist, to score 1-0 in favor of the Newton Rebels as they are playing the Cheney Diamond Dogs. That one hit hard into center field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Garza comes around to score. Here comes the throw into home. They're going to get him easily as Sam Cassane is thrown out. And that is a 8-1-2 for the putout for the third out. But 2-run score here in the top half of the second inning as the Newton Rebels get 2 base hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 1.5 inning play, it's the Newton Rebels 2 and the Cheney Diamond Dogs 0. We're going to go and stay here with the see if we can get the rest of our sponsors. Roofing Services Unlimited, Shamrock Car Wash, Pate and Paul Attorneys at Law, Affordable Autos, Remax Associates of Newton, Tim Marler and Family, Carl Hodges, Dr. Brett Wolf's DDS, John and Lori Odom, Newton Rec Commission, Bob Burke, Buy Loco, and Ray Roofing. Also like to thank our sponsors, Connie Miller, Joe Petlow, Michelle and Brett Kaufman, Robin and Christopher Eshelman and Aaron Eshelman, Tammy Schmidt, Chad and Joni Considine, and Zach Bravo. Thank you to all our sponsor and our host families, and we'll be right back.
Davis Sims.
And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Leading on for the Cheney Diamond Dogs will be the first baseman, number 44, Davis Sims.
David Sims, 6'4", 240, right-hander from Western Kentucky.
So Sims is up there here as he starts the second inning. That one popped up into the infield. Looks like wasn't sure exactly who was going to take, but Jack Sigris finally calls it and makes the catch for out number one.
Well, he called it early, and when you call it, you better have it. That's what I always say. I always like to let guys wait till the top of the peak, where it goes top of the peak and starts coming down before you call it. But hey, he caught it. That's what we care about.
So that brings up the right fielder, number 30, Andrew Miller.
Andrew's been around here for a few years for Cheney.
6'3", 230-pounder from University of Texas, Arlington, and his hometown is Frisco, Texas. Andrew Miller's, as I believe, one of the leaders in batting averages. He comes in 377.
Yeah, I was going to say he's been one of the main guys the last 3 years, Frank. You're probably used to saying his name at the NBC World Series.
Exactly right. He has 26 hits at 69 at bat. Has 4 home runs and 16 RBIs. That ball hit into left field. Left fielder backing up just a couple of steps. That's Andrew Brotman making the catch for out number 2. So F7 for the putout, and it will bring up the designated hitter number 99, Lenny Ashby.
Yeah, Lenny Ashby. He's from Aruba.
Now by the designated hitter number 99, Lenny Ashby.
5'7", 190, lefty from Odessa College.
First pitch to him is ball 1. Lenny comes in batting .474 as he's appeared in 16 ball games, has been up to bat 38 times, and has a total of 18 hits, has scored 9 runs. That one calls strike 1. So that will even up the count at 1 ball, 1 strike now to Ashby. So we are in the bottom half of the second inning, and the score is 2-0 in favor of the Newton Rebels. That one just missing outside, and Ricky Hockett kind of shook his head a little bit like he was wanting that call. Yeah. So the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's Hockett's pitch. That one fouled off there by Ashby to the third base side.
Yeah, I like how Hockett's taking command. He's taking command right now, Frank. I mean, the other day he didn't look like he was all right. You know, I mean, just not spotting up or anything. He's taking command right here. He's challenging.
That ball hit right back to the pitcher, Hockett. Hockett knocks it down, goes to first for out number 3. So a 1-3 put out for the third out. The bottom half of the second inning for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. They scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 2, it is the Newton Rebels 2 and the Cheney Diamond Dogs 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the third inning. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined by Mr. Umbrella Man, General Manager Mark Cavallo.
Whatever it takes, Frank, you know I'm there.
Well, you're doing a good job of keeping that sun off our computers and
that's
us in the shade. More importantly, us in the shade. So leading off top half of the third inning for the Rebels will be the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley. Riley went unassisted at first base as he sacrificed bunt and moved Sigris over to second base in the first inning. That first pitch called strike 1. Derek Schumann coming in to work his third inning of work here for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. 2-0 is the score in favor of Newton, as they scored 2 runs in the top half of the second inning.
And I know we didn't talk about that inning a lot, but the big key was Garza's walk.
0-2 now to count to Riley. A hard hit ball there by Riley down the third base side, going to be foul. So the count stays at no balls and two strikes.
I mean, and then Brotman was on first base and enabled Brotman to go to second base, and then with Kassane's hit, it was the first run there.
Here's Schumann's pitch. That one missing high for ball one. So the count now goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's kind of fun when you dissect the game and see all the little things.
By the way, those tents are only $25.
All right, we're going to get them.
At Academy Sports.
Okay.
So
I get the hint.
Well, by the way, I think Academy Sports owes us for a plug, don't they?
We actually had some in our, in the old storage before they rebuilt the, the new press box for you, Frank. And
breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Nolan Riley as he goes down swinging for out number 1. That is the second strikeout recorded by Derek Schumann. That will bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews. Now coming up.
And I was just looking. I know he didn't strike out. I don't know how many times has Riley struck out.
That's his first strikeout of the season. That first ball thrown to Andrews was fouled off by Andrews. That one also fouled off by Andrews. So the count goes to no balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, right now I was going to tell you Lincoln, and he's just letting it get a little too deep right now and hitting. That's why he's fouled those off.
Andrews comes in batting .356. And he had a big game on July the 14th that he was 3 for 4. That one check swing by Andrews. And then on July the 12th, he was 1 for 5. And on July the 11th, he was 2 for 4. So he's been very productive here the last couple of ball games. That one a swing and a miss there by Lincoln Andrews, and he goes down swinging for out number 2. And that is the third. Correction, should be the 4th strikeout.
Hitter number 17, Enzo Bonventry.
Recorded by Derek Schumann. That will bring up the designated hitter number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry, as we have 2 down here in the top half of the 3rd inning. The score 2-0 in favor of Newton. That one hitting the outside corners right at the knees. So the count goes to no balls, 1 strike now to Bonventry. Schumann's getting into a little groove himself, isn't he?
Yeah, he has. And, we had an opportunity, too, in the first inning, but, at least we took advantage of it in the second. And he might be getting his groove now. So
Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike now to Bonventry. Here's Schumann's pitch. That one missing low for ball 2. And Bonventry had a little check swing there. They asked the outfield umpire there, and he says nope, he's okay. So the count now goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. There's a breaking ball right in there for a call strike, as that was right down the middle.
Yeah, that was there.
Ooh, that made my eyes get big there for a second. So that now takes the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a swing and a miss there by Bonventry as he chased one outside and in the dirt. And that is a strikeout once again by Schumann. So Schumann comes in and strikes out the side here in the top half of the 3rd inning as he records 5th strikeout of the ball game. After the end of 2.5, it is the Rebels 2 and the Dawgs 0. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the third inning. The score is 2-0 in favor of the Newton Rebels over the Cheney Diamond Dogs. Leading off the bottom half of the third inning for the Dogs will be the left fielder, number 10, Ed Scott.
Ed Scott's from Manhattan, Kansas, 5'10", 185, a switch hitter, and he plays at Fort Hays State.
Scott comes in batting .340. There's the first pitch there by Hockett, just misses high for ball one. He's appeared in 19 ball games, has been up to bat 50 times, has 17 hits, and has scored 11 runs with a total of 14 RBIs. That one is fouled off there by Scott, so the count will even up now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And the one thing about Diamond Dogs, they have 3 switch hitters, which you don't see that much anymore, Frank. I know, back when you played, a lot of guys did it, trying to be like Mickey Mantle and stuff, right?
That one missing low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike or 2 strikes. I can't see the scoreboard here. And point streak is not working. They're not keeping track of it, I guess. Here's the pitch. That one fouled off once again by Ed Scott.
2 strikes.
Sponsored by Design Benefits. Please return all foul balls to a scores table to receive 50 cents, courtesy of Design Benefits.
2 balls and 2 strikes now to Ed Scott as he leads off the bottom half of the third inning. And here's Hockett's pitch. Breaking ball just missing at the knees inside. That will take the count now to full at 3-2.
When I talked to Coach Nicias from Fringe University about Ricky Hockett, one word that he used was a bulldog kind of guy mentality.
That's the kind of player you like to have. That one lifted into left center field. The center fielder, Kassane, gets under it, makes the catch for out number 1. Well, Hockett's doing a great job so far.
Now by the catcher,
getting
John Michael Russ.
The batters to hit the ball to somebody. It's going to bring up the catcher, number 8, John Russ. And once again, we apologize about that music. It's just right in our ears here, as the speakers are right left of us and right of us where we're located at. That one hit hard, foul though.
See, right now, Hockett's getting ahead in the count a lot more. I mean, we don't have the stats on that, but the majority of these hitters, he's getting ahead. And when he gets ahead, he has some nasty stuff.
That ball hit to the shortstop. Shortstop not going to be able to get to it. Nice effort there by the shortstop, Sigris. He took one step, and I think he thought he was going to be able to make an easy play there, and it just kind of shot off right off the glove. But we're going to call it a base hit, as that was hit in the gap by Russ. It's going to bring up the second baseman, number 3, Ramon Vingochet.
Vingochet from San Antonio, Texas, University of Central Arkansas. He's 5'9", 175, right-hander.
And Vingochet, first pitch is lifted into right center field. Making the catch is the center fielder, Kassane, for out number 2 as he went right in front of Garza.
Now by the third baseman,
was able to get to it for the second out. It's going to bring up the third baseman, number 7, Kyler Castillo.
Yeah, Castillo's from Middleton, Texas, 6 foot, 200 pounds, right-hander. And he goes to the University of New Mexico.
So Castillo's up there now with 2 down and a runner on at first base as Russ recorded a base hit.
Oh, Hockett's doing like a 180 from his last start last time, and we knew he could do this. You and I talked about it, all the potential that he has, and he's probably still getting his arm in shape.
Castillo comes in batting .376. This is his second time at the plate. He flew out to center field as he made the first out in the bottom half of the first inning. I believe the count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Castillo. And here's the pitch. That one hit into right center field. Garza moves to his right, gets under it, makes the catch for out number 3. So fly out to the right fielder for the third out. At the bottom half of the third inning for the Dogs, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 3, it is the Rebels 2 and the Dogs 0, and we'll be right back.
You're here, man. You're here. You have to cover all the games. It's in there, guy. That's Friend's guy pitching. For Friend. Yeah. That's pretty knocking. What happens, guys? Is it saying it? See. It's almost going down.
And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball.
Lachlan Ross.
As we go to the top half of the fourth inning, the score is 2-0 in favor of the Newton Rebels. Leading off for the Rebels will be the second baseman, number 3, Lachlan Ross. And once again, we apologize for taking long breaks here between innings, but they've got music going on and with the speakers right next to us. So for infringement rights, we have to stay off the air so that way we don't catch any of that music. But that's why we have to do it. That one missing outside, so the count goes to 2 balls, no strikes, or the count 1-1.
1-1.
Okay.
And that's what you do as a pitcher. You get that outside, then the next pitch, try to go a little farther. See how far you can go.
That one hit hard to the shortstop. Shortstop moves to his right. His spec goes to first. That one was in the ground, but a nice scoop up there by the first baseman, Davis Sims, for out number 1. So a 6-3 put out for the first out. That's going to bring up the left fielder, number 1, Andrew Brotman. Brotman got a base hit his last time up and scored the first run for the Newton Rebels, as Cassane hit a single into center field. And here's Schumann's first pitch, called strike 1 to Andrew Brotman. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the top half of the fourth.
Again, it's going to be interesting to see how long Schumann can go.
That one hit hard by the base hit there by Andrew Brotman, as the third baseman, Kyler Castillo, moved to his right, was not able to get to it, and that ball, Brotman was in sliding at second base safely. The ball went over the second baseman's head, but covering was the first baseman, Sims. So Brotman will be in with a double, and that is Andrew Brotman's second hit of the ball game, as he singled in the second and now doubled here in the fourth. That will bring up the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uchi, who struck out looking in the second inning as he made the second out. So now there's a runner on at second base. That ball lifted to the right-hand side. It's going to be out of play. So Andrew Brotman is at second base with 1 down here in the top half of the fourth inning. Uchi's a good batter to have up there.
Yeah, good back control and find that hole.
No balls, 1 strike now to Uchi. Breaking ball, that one fouled off by Uchi. So the count will go now to no balls and 2 strikes. Now he's got to be in that protective mode here. So if I was Schumann, I would probably try to throw something outside and have him chase something.
I mean, something like what happened last time, pitch away. That's what he'll probably do. So Uchi's got to be ready.
That one just missing outside. Great location, as that was just off the plate, but right at the knees. So the count goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Uchi.
And Russ is doing a good job for him on catching. Just
setting up outside again. That swing and a miss there by Uchi, as he goes down for the second time here in the ball game. That is the second out of the inning, and that is the 6th strikeout recorded by Derek Schumann. It's going to bring up the right fielder, number 9, Eric Garza. Once again, Andrew Brotman reached on a double as he hit that right down the line past the third baseman. That one hit hard down up the middle. That should be in for a base hit. Here comes Brotman coming home, and it is cut off by the pitcher. So Eric Garza gets a base hit and an RBI as Andrew Brotman scores from second base, and that now takes the score to the Newton Rebels 3 and the Cheney Diamond Dogs 0.
And that's what's great about Garza right there. His approach, he was aggressive. That was his pitch, and he went right after it, right off the bat. That's what I like to see.
And he hit that one right past the ankles of the pitcher. Could not get to it. And now batting is center fielder number 14, Sam Cassane. Cassane reached on a base hit and an RBI his last time in the second inning as he scored Brotman from second base. That one fouled off there by Cassane. Nice aggressive swing there. So the count will now go to 1 ball, 1 strike.
And what I'm excited about right there, you had this 2 runs in the second, add on. Just keep adding on. 1 or 2 runs.
Eric Garza is on at first base with 2 down. That one just missing high for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Sam Cassane. Well, the bottom half of that, there's a throw over to first base. Garza in safely as the ball gets away from the first baseman Sims, but is able to track it down. You notice all the runs scored here are in the bottom half of the lineup.
That's good because we know the top part's going to start hitting. Yeah.
So 2-1 now the count. There's a fouled off there by Cassane. Count now goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that's what was amazing yesterday in the game against the Sluggers. It was the bottom part of their lineup that scored the runs, and we did a good job. Only 1 hit that we set out of the first 5 hitters, Frank. I mean, the pitchers did a good job yesterday shutting them down.
Yeah, and that first run that was given up by 4 walks.
Yeah.
They didn't even have a hit. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off to the right-hand side. All the players down the line as the dugouts are extended on both sides for distancing purposes. It's right at their feet there. 2-2 now the count to Sam Cassane. And here's Derek Schumann's pitch. That one missing low for ball 3. And the catcher, nice job there by the catcher, John Russ, as he points right back at him and said, that's exactly where I wanted that pitch at. So the count goes full now at 3-2. Taking off from first base will be Garza as there is 2 outs. That one hit into right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And Cassane records his second hit of the ball game. Stopping at second base is Eric Garza. So the Newton Rebels have recorded 3 hits here in this inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, number 2, Jack Sigris. Sigris reached on an error to the shortstop the first inning, and he reached on a base hit his second time up. Also scored an RBI.
And more important, Frank, you got a runner in scoring position now.
That one on the outside corner for strike 1 to Jack Sigris. Garza's on at second, Cassane on at first. And there is 2 down. The score 3-0 in favor of the Newton Rebels over the Cheney Diamond Dogs. And here's Schumann's pitch. A breaking ball in there nicely. Great pitch there by Schumann as he took a little bit off of it that time. And it dropped right in for a strike. So the count goes to 0 balls and 2 strikes now to Jack Sigris. I bet Sigris would like to have that pitch again.
Yeah.
And here's the pitch. Now another breaking ball. That hit to the third baseman. Third baseman's Castillo's able to get it and touch the base for the force out. So Sigris reaches on a fielder's choice, and we have unassisted at third base for the 3rd out. So the top out the 4th inning. The Rebels score 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 3.5, it's the Rebels 3 and the Diamond Dogs 0. We'll be right back.
15, Jace Grady.
And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Leading off for the Diamond Dogs will be the center fielder, number 15, Jace Grady. Grady flew out the left fielder. Attempted bunt there by Grady is fouled off. So the count goes no balls, one strike. We tried to lighten up the screen there. Hope that looks better. And we have the camera bungee cord to the backstop, so we cannot move the camera. That one just missing at the knee, so the count now goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Jace Grady. Once again, I said Grady flew out to left field last time up. Hockett just missing once again. He kind of won at that pitch.
That's not a bad miss, but it's right there, borderline.
Grady comes in batting .292. Their ball hit to the second baseman. Ross gets it, goes to first for out number 1. So a 4-3 put out for the first out, and that will bring up the shortstop number 2, George Speck. So Speck coming up. He's a 6-foot, 185-pounder from Dallas Baptist University. He's out of Shawnee, Kansas.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the coach, the general manager, Pat Hahn. All these years, he has so many good pipelines like Dallas Baptist. You look at all the good players, and every year.
That one in there for call strike 1. So the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to George Speck. Yeah, I forgot to mention that Cheney Diamond Dogs are the 2019 runners-up in the NBC World Series. The ball hit into left field, left into left field. Not going to be able to get to it is Brutman. And in with a double will be George Speck as he records his first hit of the ball game. Brotman just got a little late start on that one and wasn't sure if that was going to go to him or not. But when he finally took off, just was not able to get to it. It's going to bring up the first baseman, number 44, Davis Sims.
It's interesting. Look how the wind is coming in.
So Sims is up there with the runner on at second base. And 1 down. That fastball missing high for ball 1. Sims flew out to the shortstop in the start off the second inning as he made the first out. So this is his second time up at the plate. And here's Hockett's pitch missing high for ball 2. 2-0 now the count to Sims. Sims playing first base here tonight. Made a nice little scoop there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
From the shortstop. Kind of saved an error. That one hit off the end of the bat, foul. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Sims comes in batting .365 as he's appeared in 17 ball games, has 19 hits at 52 at bat. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to Sims. And nice swing and a miss there by Sims. And that will even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Great job there by Ricky Hockett as he challenged Sims on that fastball. And Sims was not able to catch up to it. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now with 1 down. Breaking ball. Great pitch there by Ricky Hockett. And Hockett thought he should have had that call there, but umpire said it was outside. So the count goes full now at 3-2. Boy, he took something off of that pitch, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, and it was, it was a very close call. I mean, it could have went either way.
Another breaking ball hit to the third baseman. Riley goes to first, and then throw back over to third base as the taken off was Speck, and he's in safely. But we do get the out, a 5-3 put out for the second out. That will bring up the right fielder, number 30, Andrew Miller.
One thing, Frank, I was just looking at the weather. It's 83 degrees, and that wind is from the north. And we haven't seen the north wind much lately. It seems like feels pretty good, really. It's not bad.
Andrew Miller is one of the guys that is very, very dangerous for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. And here's Hockett's pitch. A swing and a miss there by Miller. as that was right across the knees, and Miller was not able to catch up with it. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike. Nice job there by Ricky Hockett as he went right after Miller and challenged him. And here's Hockett's pitch. Another fastball. That one fouled off by Miller to the right-hand side as we have some kids that are chasing that foul ball down. So Hockett is up. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's where you would like to see something outside or...
Well, and the thing is about Miller, if you get Miller out, you earned it. I mean, because
you
and I have both seen him.
Breaking ball, that lifted into right field. Right fielder Garza backing up, makes the catch for out number 3. Great job there by Garza, and a great job by Ricky Hockett, getting Andrew Miller to fly out to right field. So the bottom half of the 4th inning for the Dogs, they scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 4 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 3 and the Cheney Diamond Dogs 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball as we go to the top half of the 5th inning. We have a new pitcher now for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. It's number 22, Dakota Dodd.
In Andover, Kansas, 6', 205, right-hander, and he goes to Newman University, which is in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay. And Dakota Dodd comes in with a 1.38 ERA. He has 1-0 for the season. He has pitched in 8 games. Has gone 13 innings, struck out 21, has 6 base on balls, and has given up 5 hits. First batter he'll be facing is Nolan Riley, the 3rd baseman. Riley struck out his last time at the plate as he made the first out in the 3rd inning. And he also sacrificed bunt in the 1st. Breaking ball, swing and a miss there by Riley as the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. You're almost going to be out of a job here pretty soon. That sun's almost down, so we probably won't need that umbrella here shortly.
Kind of getting used to it now.
That one hit to the right-hand side. The first baseman, Sims, is able to corral it and go unassisted for out number 1. It's going to bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews.
Number 21, Lincoln Andrews.
And Lincoln Andrews coming up looking for his first hit. But Lincoln Andrews does have a little streak going. He's got 14 games now, hitting streak.
Yeah, I know. And Frank and I, we didn't even we talked about how consistent he's been, but we didn't know he's that consistent.
Yeah, he's got a 14-game hitting streak right now. We hope we didn't jinx him, but we just wanted you to know that. That one missing for ball 2, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, 2-0 now the count to Andrews. As we have one down here in the top half of the 5th inning, the score 3-0 in favor of Newton. There's a ball hit in right to the second shortstop. didn't quite get it high enough. So a fly out to the shortstop for out number 2. It's going to bring up the designated hitter, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry. Bonventry has struck out twice now here in the ball game.
It's going to be interesting to see what kind of adjustments Enzo make, because he's always thinking. I know he's always trying to make adjustments.
First pitch is a breaking ball missing outside for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes. Another breaking ball. That ball lifted into left field. Bonventry's in with his first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, it was an outside pitch, and you can see he definitely hooked it with his hands and everything. Kind of came around it, but guess what? It's a base hit, line drive.
Now by the second
we
base,
definitely have
Lachlan
noticed
Ross.
that he's been doing that a lot this year. That's going to bring up the second baseman, number 3, Lachlan Ross. Ross comes in 0 for 1 here in the ball game. He walked his first time up and then grounded out to the shortstop in the 4th inning. Second time at the plate. First pitch called strike 1 to Ross. And Dakota Dodd is now the pitcher. That one missing inside for ball 1.
I want to shout out to my old teammate there, Jan Prez is here watching, and it's always good to see Jan, Frank.
Yep. That one hit to the second baseman. Vingo Shea is able to get under it and make the catch for out number 3. So they top out the 5th inning for the Rebels. They scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 4 1/2, Newton Rebels 3 and the Cheney Diamond Dogs 0. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The score, the Newton Rebels 3 and the Cheney Diamond Dogs 0. Leading off for the Dogs will be the designated hitter, number 99, Lenny Ashby.
Number 99, Lenny Ashby.
I'm enjoying watching you, Frank. You're an old pro, man, with this music. When it comes down, you know right when to get on there.
Well, after you're doing this for 26 years.
Yeah.
That one missing for ball 1, just missing the outside corner. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Ashby. Ashby grounded out to the pitcher's last time up. That one hit hard over the second baseman's head, Ross. So that's into right field for a hit for Ashby. Ashby records his first hit of the ball game. And only the 3rd hit of the ball game for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. It's going to bring up the left fielder, number 10, Ed Scott. Runner on at first base as the Cheney Diamond Dogs get the first hitter on base.
Frank, I forgot the place where the pole's right there where Frank and I are looking under it.
Yeah, we had the sunflower seeds that
that's
out
right. I
here
remember
the first game.
That same game, the same place.
So Hockett's pitch, first one missing inside for ball 1. So the count is 1 ball, no strikes now to Ed Scott, who's playing left field here this evening. Ashby's on at first base as he just recorded his first hit of the ball game. And we have no outs here in the bottom half of the 5th. And here's Ricky Hockett's pitch. That one missing low for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. beautiful evening here. The sun finally going down to where you don't have to hold the umbrella anymore.
I sort of feel like Mary Poppins there or something. You know, that's
I do appreciate it because we were able to continue looking at our screens here. On the ball hit to the second baseman. Ross moves to his left, goes over to the shortstop covering.
yeah, just got one.
Yeah, just got one. I was going to say I don't think Sigris was even going to attempt to go to first base, as Scott was moving down pretty quickly. So a 4-6 put out for the first out, and a fielder's choice by Scott. It's going to bring up the catcher, number 8, John Russ. So Russ is up there with one down now, and a runner on at first base. Scott getting a little bit bigger lead now at first base. And here's Hockett's pitch. That one hitting the outside corner for strike one. Russ shakes his head yes, like that was there. So the count, no balls, 1 strike. And look at Scott now getting a little bit bigger lead. That one fouled off there by Russ. So the count goes no balls, 2 strikes. To the catcher, John Russ.
And again, we could watch Uchi, see how Hockett and how they've been working together. We've been watching him, kind of the evolution of our pitching staff, and Uchi's done a great job with these guys.
Yeah, well, as you heard the other day from Coach Clark, and seeing that guys really, there's a throw over to first base. Scott really liked working with Hibiki Uchi because he calls a pretty smart game back behind the plate. And that's why he's getting most of the work back behind the plate. That ball fouled off there by Russ.
See, that's one thing. Hockett right there, he was setting up out there. That ball was right in his mid. I mean, he set up and it was right there. So he's doing a good job. Hitters, they just look for that one mistake.
Once again, Scott on at first base. Russ up at the plate with one down here in the bottom half of the 5th. As the Newton Rebels are up 3-0, and that one fly ball to the right-hand side, but it is going to be out of play as Uchi goes clear to the fence, and so does Hockett.
And I talk about that. There's a rule that pitchers don't catch fly balls. I would let Hockett because he's an outfielder.
Yeah, Hockett went clear to the fence also. Also moving over was Andrews from first base, but all 3 of them ran out of room. So we have still 2 strikes on Russ. So we've had a couple throws over to first base. And Uchi once again sets up outside. And here's the pitch. A swing and a miss there by John Russ as Ricky Hockett threw an off-speed pitch and was not able to catch up with it for out number 2.
Now the second baseman, number 3, Ramon Vingachoa.
And that is, I believe, only the first strikeout by Ricky Hockett. But that big strikeout, as that makes the second out. It's going to bring up the second baseman, number 3, Ramon Vingache. Fastball for ball 1 now. That was high. Almost at the eyes.
It's going to be the key to see how long Hockett can go and what's Coach Clark's plans in the bullpen.
Well, he's in his 5th inning of work here. That one hit hard to the right-hand side. That's going to be foul. Looks like all the players are just a little bit late on him.
Yeah. He's got some, late movement too. So I mean, that's the thing with that late movement. You're about ready to swing and the ball moves.
So the count goes to 1 ball, 1 strike now to Vingache. And here's Hockett's pitch. Breaking ball, that one also going to be fouled. Andrews moving to his left.
Gave it a good try, but
not able to get to it. So Hockett goes up now, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And I was going to say, it goes back to what Coach Nicey said about him. He looks like he's a bulldog man out there today. I mean, against the top team.
There's a throw over to first base, and in safely is Scott. As Andrew does apply the tag, but not in time. And Pat Hahn's not here today, is he? That one lifted into center field. Center fielder is able to get under it, makes the catch. That's Sam Cassane for out number 3. So a fly out to the center fielder. The bottom half of the 5th inning for the Dogs. They scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. At the end of 5 innings of play, it is the Newton Rebels 3 and the Cheney Diamond Dogs 0, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer, joined along by General Manager Mark Cavallo as we go to the top half of the 6th inning. The score is the Newton Rebels 3 and the Cheney Diamond Dogs 0. Leading all for the Newton Rebels will be the left fielder, number 1, Andrew Brotman.
You know, Brotman's kind of an energy guy, I think, you know, because he plays with a high intensity. Look, he gets on. How many runs he's 2 runs.
He scored 2 runs there. He has 2 hits, a single and a double. That one fouled off to the right-hand side. So the count goes 0 balls, 1 strike now to Andrew Brotman. Dakota Dodd in his 2nd inning of work as he came in the 5th inning in relief of Derek Schumann. Schumann gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, had 1 error.
And I'll tell you, well, go ahead, Frank, sorry.
And he ended up having a total of 6 strikeouts, looks like. I only see 1 base on balls. There's 2. So he had 2 base on balls and 6 strikeouts.
Steps out of the box there. But the whole thing is right now, if you look, the Rebels just need to keep scoring that 1 run, keep widening the gap. And what you talked about earlier, the bottom of that lineup.
There's a hard hit ball there by Brotman, and moving back is the center fielder. Wow. Making a over-the-shoulder catch is Jace Grady for out number 1. That ball was hit hard there by Brotman as Grady got on his horse there and took off clear to the fence area and was able to make a over-the-shoulder catch for out number 1.
And Brotman hit it solid. I mean, that ball was traveling too, but you know, Grady's a very good outfielder, especially for Dallas Baptist.
It's going to bring up the catcher, number 15, Hibiki Uchi. That one across the eyes for ball 1.
Seen a lot of good outfield play at some of the opposing teams. They've had some pretty good outfits. Some good players, of course.
That one hit to the right-hand side. That's going to be foul. Trying to get Wi-Fi back up again. Been the most frustrating part about
this business right
about
here.
This business is that one hit to the right-hand side, and that's going to be foul just down the line. Let me.
Well, that's the thing with Uchi right now. They're pitching away, and